Hello guys, in this module we are going through the macroeconomics principle. Uh, First of all, we will go through the macroeconomics handbooks, which there are some essential information in order to get ready to go through the materials, how you have the access to the materials, how what are the modules learning outcomes, and how we should pass this module. As you can see, there is my email here that easy, you can have the access to my email, and whenever you feel that you need any help or you need to ask any question, don't hesitate and email me to this academic email, MohammadReza at scholarschool.ac.uk. Through this module, we are going to talk about the overall economy of the country, or continent, or in Asia, or in Europe, or in America, wherever. We will talk about how household, business, and government behavior determine the aggregate demand and supply in economy, recognize the factors which they are involved in the macroeconomics policy, which they are monetary policy and fiscal policy. We will talk about the demand-supply markets in introduction to macroeconomics. Then we will talk about GDP, what are the components of the GDP, and what does GDP indicate in economy when we are talking about the GDP, when we say that $2 billion GDP, what does it mean by that? The assessment for this module is 3,000 words, which covers 100% of this module, and you should prepare the assignment for, we can say 10% up or down of 3,000 words. And the deadline is 22nd March 2023 at 12 noon. And there are in general 4 topics that you should choose only one of them, and you should write your assignment around that topic. And also be careful about the plagiarism, and if you need any question you can contact me. And please be precise about choosing one of these topics. There are 3 hours of lecture content and preparatory activities, 10 hours seminar, and 160 hours guided independent study. Also, you should know that by each one day that you are going to submit your assignment late, you will get 5 marks reduction. And but if you manage your work, you can submit it so fast. Also, there are some criteria here that when you are writing your assignment, it depends on how you, to what level you are using the sources, and what is the percentage of your plagiarism, and how your discussion and analysis is fluent, how perfectly you have covered the learning outcomes of this assignment and the topic. Okay, we'll go through briefly about the first slide and PPT, which we have covered during the class. What is economy? Economy is the human action of the economic context. Economics is the study of economic exchange. It's all about how we are going to solve the problems, what, how much, how we are going to produce, for whom we are going to produce, and how we are producing. Macroeconomics, when we are talking about the macroeconomics, we are going to how individuals make economic decision. What is the price? What is the variable cost? What is the fixed cost? But in macroeconomics, we are going to talk about economy in big scale, like inflation and employment, social welfare. In general, resources, they are limited. and they are finite. But once they are infinite and subjective, we want too many things, but we are restricted. Why? Because we have the limited resources. Scarcity, what does it mean? It means that goods available are too few to satisfy individuals' desire. For this reason, the prices, they go up, they go down based on our needs and wants. There are factors of production, land, labor, capital, goods that we should take into account. There are different costs that are involved when we are dealing with the other one, or when we are buying or making a purchase of one goods or services. For example, opportunity cost. What is opportunity cost? They are the benefits of the next best alternative to given action. Or marginal cost is the additional benefit above what has already occurred. The law of the demand. This is so important. The law of the demand is that as price change, people change how they are willing to buy. Okay, when the quantity demanded rises, as price fall. When the price goes down, our demand will go up. When the price goes up, our demand will go down. Under the law of the supply, when the prices they go up, the companies, the producers, they are willing to buy and the supply more level of the goods or services. And when the price goes down, they are not willing to produce that goods and services anymore, or they want to produce it at a lower level. What is the equilibrium? Equilibrium is a concept in which opposing dynamics forces cancel each other out. In the free market, the forces of supply and demand interact to determine equilibrium quantity, equilibrium prices. The amount that they bought and sold at equilibrium price, we call it equilibrium quantity. For example, if there is an excess supply, quantity supply. What does it mean? Quantity supply is greater than quantity demand. So companies, they are producing more products that actually customers and clients, they want. Or when there is excess demand, we mean that, what does it mean? When the customers, their wants and needs, the level of the products that they are willing to buy is more than the quantity that actually companies they are producing. So price adjusts to and tend to rise when there is excess demand and fall when there is excess supply to each, and to get to that equilibrium price and quantity. As you can see here, at this point at P, there is equilibrium market, equilibrium quantity and equilibrium price. So at here, we have excessive supply. At here, we have excessive demand. Division of the labor is one of the important factors. Why? Because all over the world, due to the level of the population, for example, in India and China, there are more than 1,300,000,400 people that they are living there. So they are having too much labor. So for this reason, the labor cost there is so cheap, and too many companies, manufacturing companies, they are bringing their company to there in order to have the lower level of costs and expenses. What are the economic institutions? There are some economic institutions that provide, they are working as a intermediary financial institutions that they are between household and businesses in order to circulate the money between those people.